says ring bell 3 times. I only did it once, so I had to get the other 2. Okay, please be seated now. Our service is about to begin. We ask you to please silence your cell phones. Good. Welcome guests and visitors, members and friends, everyone gathered here this morning and virtually on Facebook. Come into this place and let its silence heal your spirit. Come into this place of memory and let its history warm your soul. Come into this place of prophecy and power and let its vision open your hearts. My name is Teresa McReynolds. I am your worship associate this morning. I am a member of this congregation and presently on the board. Our worship service today is led by Angela Young. Angela has been a full-time volunteer organizer with the English Service Workers Association since 2025 and serves as the ESWA's administrative assistant and education coordinator. She has taught for over 30 years and is a retired early childhood teacher, director, and daycare center owner. She grew up in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and is the mother of 2 sons. Welcome, Angela. Video of today's service will be available on your YouTube channel later today. To those gathered live on Facebook, we welcome your comments as well as your joys and sorrows on that platform. Please remember that this video will be on the internet, so do not share information best kept private. Today's announcements. Those new to the congregation are invited to a welcoming brunch. Too loud? Okay. Next Sunday, June 7th, please see Judy or Betsy. See right. Okay, there's Betsy back there. New members. Yay. Let me see. People have been handing me things. From Buildings and Grounds. For anyone who uses the elevator or is in the building frequently with other groups who use the elevator, please meet with Richard in the lobby today at 12 o'clock. There are some new important guidelines on the elevator operation to share. Also, the writers group has changed their time. They're opening up. You can come at 5 o'clock and be part of the writers group, or you can come at 6 o'clock and not be considered late. So, whatever works for you. The next Pomona Road cleanup will be next Sunday, June 7th at 8:30 a.m. Meet in the parking lot here. Grabbers, safety vests, gloves, recycle bags, and trash bags will be provided. We should finish around 10 a.m. Any questions, please see Nancy Watson. Notice is hereby given that the annual meeting of the UUCSJS will be held on June 14, 2026, immediately following the Sunday service, for the purpose of approving the budget for the 2026 and 2027 fiscal year, for electing members of the Board of Trustees, Nominations Committee, Committee on Ministry, and Gift and Endowment Committee, and for transacting such other business as may come before the congregation. So join us Sunday, June 14th. Write that in your calendar. It's really important. Join us next Sunday for our annual Unitarian Universal Ritual of Flower Communion, a tradition begun in 1923 celebrating community, hope, and care. Don't forget to bring a flower with you to be included in the community bouquet. Welcome to worship.
What wondrous love is this, oh my soul, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this that brings my heart such bliss, takes away the pain of my soul, takes away the pain of my soul. When I was sinking down, when I was sinking down, when I was sinking down beneath my soul's ground, friends to me gathered round, oh my soul, oh my soul. Friends to me gather round, oh my soul, oh. To love and to all friends I will sing, I will sing. To love and to all friends I will sing. To love and to all friends who pain and sorrow mend, with thanks until the end. Oh, I will sing with thanks unto the end. I will sing.
Wow. Thank you.
I've seen that for you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Welcome into this place of healing. Welcome into this place of challenge and growth. Welcome into this place of imperfection and aspiration. Here you are whole. Here you are holy. Here you are wholly loved. Our chalice lighter today is Lorraine. Yay, thank you, Lorraine. Got it? Okay, please join me in reading the chalice lighting words in our order of service. If ever there were a time for a candle in the darkness, this would be it. Using a spark of hope, kindle the flame of love, ignite the light of peace, and feed the flame of justice. Please rise in body and spirit and sing our gathering hymn, I Am the Change. The lyrics are in your order of service.
Oh wait, I'm playing the wrong song. And everyone's, I loved how you're smiling at me and... That is so funny. I thought you were going to go there with me, I thought.
So who here knows from experience that life is not fair? Anybody? Yeah, right? Like, we know this already. Life is just not fair. And I really don't think it ever has been. So what can we do? We generally just shrug and say, whatever, life's not fair, right? But there was once a man who refused to just shrug off injustices of the world. Life was not fair, but that was not okay with him. This man was a great and wise teacher and also a prophet. Millions of people around the world are inspired by his teachings today. His name was Jesus. And Jesus stood up and spoke out and fought for fairness and for justice. In fact, he said something about this which is something a little bit curious to me. He said, "The last shall be the first, and the first shall be the last." So I'll say that for you again. The last shall be the first, and the first shall be the last. Now, I'm not entirely sure what he meant by this, But my guess is that he had several meanings. And one way that I understand it, and that maybe you all can understand it too, is to think of what it feels like to be the first and what it feels like to be the last. So let's just take a minute together and imagine this. How does it feel, do you think, to be the first? To be the best, to be number one, to come out on top, to have the most? What do you think those things feel like? Now, what about being last? What does that feel like? How does it feel to be the worst at something, to be on the bottom, to have the least, to hardly have anything, perhaps just the leftovers or nothing? What does that feel like? You see, I think that fairness and justice might just have a chance if the people who know what it's like to be first, because they've been first so much and are pretty used to that feeling, what if they came to understand what it feels like to be last? I think the world might start to become a little bit more fair and balanced for everyone if people who already knew too well what it feels to be last, because they're often last, they're often at the bottom or have the least, what if they came to know what it feels like for a change to actually be on top? I can imagine that if those who are usually last and those who are usually first could share their feelings and experiences with one another, each might begin to experience a transformation. I believe that when we can share our feelings with one another in a way that is safe, and when we can listen to one another in trust and with compassion, we can begin to transform one another on the inside. When these different experiences can touch, then change can occur. And when we start to be changed on the inside, we'll begin to act differently in the world. We'll act more and more for justice. Jesus believed in a just society that was possible. It would, he taught us, create heaven right here on earth. And I think that's something worth fighting for.
A book is provided in the foyer in which you are invited to write whatever joys and sorrows you have entered. I will now read your joys and sorrows. Thank you so much to Marcy for the caring committee for the lovely luncheon in her beautiful garden. And the weather cooperated. That's from Pat. Marcy, Sider, and the caring team outdid themselves by putting on their lovely tea for 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, for those of us that couldn't make it yesterday, she did it the week before. It was wonderful. The weather made it tough. Thank you. It was delightful. That's from Judy. Yay. I have a joy. My grandson got married yesterday. I know, and I officiated. Yeah. So if I'm not my tip-top shape today, it's because I've been partying yesterday. And at my age, partying takes a whole different... I went to bed and went sound asleep. Didn't wake up till this morning, so yeah. At least I woke up. Cool. Huh? It's a good thing, yes. And then I have a sorrow, and that is Delancey Hall. I'm sure that some of you know what's going on up there right now in Newark, and that so many of our dear people that have actually been here in this church who've come here are up there speaking and protesting. Some of them have been beaten. Megan was beaten and pulled into the center. She finally was released. So there's a lot of turmoil going on right now up there a lot of chaos. So I ask for you to hold everyone that's involved in that, all sides, to hold them in your hearts and whatever prayers you say, and just let us be with Delancey Hall right now and know that the most important thing is what's happening inside there, and that the people and the human beings that are in there get justice and get the things that they're asking for. So thank you. All right. There's another Joy that I missed. Oh, thank you. For last week, I'm giving thanks for Cynthia and David and choir, and also special thanks to David Wiesner for all you do. Wishing you all much love. I think David sometimes is one of our people that we don't see back there.
I give him little love notes all the time, but it's not enough. You all can give him a love note. I know there's a scotch or a whiskey coming your way sometime soon.
Yeah, he's just amazing. Quietly sits in the back making all of this work. Thank you, David. And the choir.
Thank you, David.
Yes.
And choir.
Okay, this is kind of sad for some of us. One of our members, Margaret Ray, passed away this week. You all remember, some of you remember Margaret, came every Sunday, used to do the altar, and she was just amazing. She is a charter member who has not been present for a while due to illness. We will tell you details about a celebration of life service when we know them. Betsy. Thanks, Betsy, for letting us know about that. I remember her. She was just amazing. Very strict. Knew exactly what you had to do, and you better do it. She was so good. Okay. Let us share a quiet time together to reflect on our week. During the musical interlude, you may come forward and place a pebble in the water to acknowledge a personal joy or sorrow.
Good one.
Yeah, that's a great ring.
Perfect timing, too.
Yeah. Okay. Let us be in the spirit of prayer. Blessed and holy creation, universe of wonder, mystery beyond definition, we share today our joys and our sorrows, listening deeply to the things that cause us to weep or to worry, and lifting our hearts as one at those things we would celebrate together. Our hearts are touched by the shared ritual, and we are connected. We pray for those who are apart from us, whether by distance, time, conflict unresolved. We pray for those who thirst, whether for water, dignity, or justice. We pray for those who are in danger and who yearn for safety. We pray for our small, blue, fragile planet. Amen. Blessed be our hope. Magic will make us whole. We will now take a moment to give and receive the morning offering. In a moment, the ushers will come forward to pass the offertory baskets among those who are in attendance. If this is your first time visiting us today, you may let the basket pass, as your presence is gift enough. You can also text a donation to 609-293-4495. Or for those who are participating online, please visit uucsjs.org and click the yellow Donate button for ways to donate. Each week, we see a small and sometimes great miracle happen as people open their hearts and share their resources with this community of spiritual growth. No matter how you support us, we appreciate you and your generous heart. After all, your donation is what's keeping us going. And no matter how those gifts are offered, they're always, always most gratefully received. The ushers will now accept the morning offering.
Okay, I'm a little tall, so I don't think I need to step. Help me.
You keep trying to get people to.
Yeah.
I got you, girl. It's okay.
Okay, all good?
No worries.
All right.
It's okay.
Good?
Yeah, sure.
Can you hear me? Okay, I know you noticed what my name tag is, right? There's a reason for that.
I like that.
It wouldn't stay here, you know. So everyone knows that my name is Angela. How are you?
Hi, Angela.
And I want to say good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
And I'm going to say this is my first time here. And so far, I really are enjoying the atmosphere. It's really great. And I feel comfortable. And thank you, Teresa, for such a nice introduction. And also, I want to tell everyone that I'm going to send out condolence on your loss, because a loss is a loss. So we are sorry to hear about that. And we are also praying for our loved ones and our loved ones that's involved in that protest and in the holding of these people that's been treated unfairly. It is a terrible thing, but we're going to keep praying, okay? Right here? Okay. It's bouncing off? Okay. 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 Okay, great. Great. You better let them know. That's right. So I got my instructions, okay? So I'm gonna follow through.
We want you to sound good on the interwebs.
Oh, wait. All right. How am I sounding now? Good. Okay. So I am a retired school teacher. I've been teaching for over 30 years. I absolutely love children. I have taught preschool all the way to kindergarten, as well as preteens. So now I'm retired, and I've been retired now for 4 years. So I've been a full-time volunteer with ESWA for 2. And I absolutely love it. It is my life dream. I will be in the struggle with ESWA as long as we can stand. We're going to stand and fight, okay? I can't think of anything better that I chose to do with the rest of my life, you know, and that's true, you know, because the struggle is real, okay? People need positive voices. They need positive people to stand behind them. And everyone have life experiences that you can use to, you know, help the next person. You know, we don't go through anything for nothing, okay? They are life lessons to, you know, to pass forward, okay? So this is really great. And I didn't realize there were so many people out here, so I was sitting facing this way. Oh my goodness. So it's really nice to see everybody. Really nice. I do know some people in here, I don't know what their years. Hey, Dave. So it's, I'm not a total stranger to everybody here. Okay, but I think some of you are aware of some of the things that ESWA stands for, right? You know that we do advocacy twice a week. What we do. We just had a new case that just happened maybe like 2 weeks ago, right? I'll tell you a little story, not the whole thing. Okay. So it was a young mother with a 15-year-old, right? She comes into the office with a little shut off. Now, her daughter is on a nebulizer, okay? So we all know that you need what? Electricity to operate this machine. And this machine is used to help her to breathe. This is her life force. So we were able to get on the phone with the utility company on behalf as her advocate. They were a little hesitant because they are really something. Like we're telling them the problem, they don't care. They just want their money. So after some time went past, we reminded them about the lender's law. Is anyone in here familiar with the lender's law? No. You never heard of the lender law? No. You haven't? Tell us. What's going on here? Okay. No, the lender's law this was about a woman, I think it happened about 10 years ago. She was like 68 or 69 years old. Her life force was a nebulizer. She was dependent on her breathing machine. They turned her electricity off. She passed away behind that, okay? But when that happened, that's when they put in the lender's law to protect people from other problems and issues like that. It's a real law. A lot of people are not aware of that. But guess what? The utility company is aware of that. So when we brought that up, of course, they said, wait a minute, hold on for a minute. We waited. They came back to the phone. She got her lights back on. Because they know, exactly. They know it's wrong. So this is a system that we are living in the world we're living in. So this is why we struggle and we fight for our members, okay? And we do a lot of other things at ESWA. I do the council meeting on Thursdays, which is a great platform for our members every Thursday. So it's really a great platform because what it does, it gives the community and our members the opportunity to come out and to meet with each other and to discuss their concerns, okay? And through that discussion, we come up with really, really great solutions because everyone has a problem, but everyone has a solution as well, okay? So that's all I'm gonna say. I really, truly thank you for inviting me. I do want to come back. I really love you. You are awesome. Yeah, okay, I must say, you really are. And so thank you very much.
Hi, I think most folks here know me more or less. Oh, I'm gonna take back. I'm sorry. No, I'm only gonna make you do it once. Force of habit.
It's natural, because some microphones you need to do that, but that's a very sensitive one, so you're good.
Right.
Gotcha.
In one ear at the other. 2 years ago, I came down here to speak. Some of you may remember more or less, but one of the topics we spoke about, I'm John, by the way. I'm the operation manager, Eastern Service Workers Association, full-time volunteer organizer, going on 5 years now. I have a degree in chemistry, worked at the FAA Center, the Tech Center. I was working with Homeland Security actually in 2020, 2018, and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? So I started to volunteer and get my hands dirty with, bringing together low-income workers to public hearings. Thank you. And so I got my loans paid off from college, and now they're stuck with me, like it or not. But it's important work, so thank you, Angela, for sharing that too. But when I spoke here 2 years ago, some might be more or less familiar with the Sustainable Development Goals. These were passed in 2015 for all countries to achieve by 2030. These are the goals listed below me, addressing hunger, poverty, health, access to education. And although this poster is very beaten up, you can tell we've been pushing it on all different places, and we need a new poster. But we've been using it. And these goals are very detailed as well. It's very simple here, but they're very detailed. And unfortunately, neither mainstream media nor the U.S. federal government at the highest levels have, since it was passed in 2015, neither has put the SDGs into a real plan to implement, to achieve, to work towards. And now our government has broken these promises to the United States people, to us, and to the world at large. Starting in spring of 2025, our federal government announced every single time these goals were mentioned in the United Nations, it said that the U.S. government stands against these goals, that they denounce these goals. They say that they are not in America's interest, what they say. Right, I see some head shaking, right? This is talking about health, access to education. These are things that everyone needs, and they say that these goals are un-American, that they are not consistent with the issues that Americans put in the ballot back in 2024. They say that these goals lost the ballot box. The truth is, these goals were never on the ballot box. Health, access to education, access to, addressing poverty, these were not at the ballot box. And despite their claims to the United Nations that these goals lost, we know better. We know these are American. These are consistent with America's interests. What he won was he was a billionaire who spent nearly $2 billion to get him elected into a contest where only 155 million out of 245 million eligible voters cast ballots. There was more folks who didn't vote, 90 million, than those who voted for either candidate. Trump's 77 million votes counted for less than 1/3 of eligible voters in the United States. That's not a strong mandate. Right now, our government has reported that they've detained over 400,000 people in 2025. They spent $175 billion to pay for 100,000 additional ICE agents. HUD says it would only cost $20 billion to end homelessness, but instead of allocating the money to address those needs, they're tearing apart families like they're doing right now at Delaney Hall. Upending small businesses like we've run into all across Pleasantville, Atlantic City, Vineland, all across South Jersey. Many small businesses, Hispanic businesses, it's hard to, no one can come out anymore. They're terrorizing the workers who are the base of our economy, farm workers, service workers. We're afraid to use the bus nowadays, and that's definitely affecting all levels of society, because you can't find anyone to work. Members have said, members have told me, I feel like we're living under a dictatorship, that's what they told me. People look back in history at the Holocaust in the 1930s through 1945, and they say, how could people let this happen? The fact was, they just didn't know how to oppose these policies correctly, effectively. It's not easy to make change, but it is possible. Those of us who say that the actions of our government are unacceptable can choose to fight, to build organization strong enough that it becomes a force that needs to be reckoned with in the area. The only way we can stop these policies, that are bombing other countries, that are taking away from health and access to food here, that are killing people here, is to, change the leadership so that money that is then going there is instead used to build housing, to make farms, make food, simple things, common sense things. I think we all agree that's what should be happening, right? Yeah, I see some thumbs up. And it's doable. These things are doable. The reality is that these actions, these are pushing people like Megan and like others who are out there at Delaney Hall to the point where they say that like action is needed. That they're changing their lives, reprioritizing their lives to do different things because they were no longer willing to let the 1% call the shots that are destroying people on the planet. And change does take a lot of work. I can tell you that from experience. Change takes a lot of work. We don't, as an organization, myself personally, don't want to see people get arrested, beaten, or killed. So we don't take what people might call like direct action. Instead, our work, Angela's led, this is Jeanette, by the way, who's standing by my side. Jeanette's a delegate, longtime member. Christian, put your hand in the air, who's a member. It's all focused on building together, uniting together. We call it strata organizing, like strata, layers of sediment into soil, joining together all those who share a common interest. Professionals, small business owners, low-income workers, clergy. I'm glad you guys let us have it, because this is going to speak. But the rejection and denunciation of these goals, which are so important to all of our lives, and that are important to all countries in the world, and all countries have given reports to putting these goals in, and our government's rejection and denunciation of these goals for the past 10 years, even if this goes deeper than just currently, and before they just said they're putting them in by addressing other countries' problems. Now they're saying they're outright against them. And this can't be swept under the carpet. And as you may know, when you pass out, when you head out the table, on all of our flyers, our newspapers, our calendars, which David's been talking to people about, we emphasize these goals as something that our government at all levels, federal and state, needs to implement, like put into reality, not just as a slogan, but because with climate change, with everything happening, the existence of humanity, I love humanity, and that's what we're going to look at, what we can do to address these problems so we can save ourselves, It is imperative that we achieve these goals, and that's not going to happen if we win fundamental change here. So that's what I wanted to add, myself, an update, I know it's been a couple of years. It's dire times that we're living through. Leaders are needed more than ever. We need full-time volunteers this summer to coordinate our membership expansion into Atlantic City. Our food and benefit, medical benefit, legal benefit. We need attorneys and doctors who can coordinate expansion of our benefits programs because of the cuts, which are very real and very much affecting people. We had a victory last month. One member living in a basement apartment with no heat over the winter. It's been a brutal winter. We've been getting out salt and food. She came to us with a $10,000 gas bill in a basement apartment with no heat. It's like, what? So we got an attorney, an interpreter on the case, and we got that entire bill eliminated. We've been getting out, boom. Great job. It was a big victory, $10,000, And she was like, how am I going to pay this? She's a cook in Chelsea neighborhood in Atlantic City, So these are things that we can win. We can do these things, and we've got to grow so that we can address all the challenges that our current time is throwing at us. So we need leaders. Keep that in mind. Talk to me about that. Talk to Angela about that, if you can be a leader. And there's all sorts of ways you can lead. But those are some ideas. Just so it's all in everyone's back of your heads too. Some of you may be more or less familiar with our office. We have 3 buildings. One of those buildings, Andy, who was the operation manager here, some of you may be familiar with him, put thousands of hours into renovating our benefits office, which is, getting out clothing and food. We're using it as a space to get out our back-to-school supplies in the coming months during the summer. We've got big plans for summer. It's going to be looking at heat waves, getting fans, back-to-school supplies. We're going to be growing this summer. But in the course of all this, we do have a kind of unexpected building project. we may have to replace a retaining wall that could be collapsing in our back building. It could prove to be costly. We got some of our volunteer attorneys taking a look at all the things and seeing how things are going, but we have a project description. If you guys have any ideas about connections we can build, let us know. We're going to protect our space as we grow. It's very important. And I think David, if I can call him to the stand, wanted to talk about some of his experiences. And I wanted to add that little update. We're gonna make these things happen, right? Put your hand in the air if we want to put the SDGs in. All right. Woo! We can do it.
Mine is too short. Good morning. Okay? Hi. Do you see me? Right. My name is Gina Moore. I'm a member and volunteer. 2018 I'm SWA. And just I want to advise everyone who want to come to sign up to be a member. I want to be outside in the table. And the coming event is a 49th anniversary. And I'm signing up t-shirt 3 to 6 and July 18. That's in Pleasantville. And who's one of my calendar from ESWA? Please, one donation is you cool. If not, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Most of you know me by now. I joined the congregation about 2 years ago. And I think the last time John and Ezra were here, I think it was the most recent time. That's when I ended up helping you out with the anniversary dinner. Yeah. And so I've ended up giving a few hours every week to Ezra. And so I read these, these 7 shared values of the UU Association: interdependence, pluralism, justice, transformation, generosity, and equity. These are great principles, and they are all, I think, embodied in this organization that John did not create. It was created 49 years ago, and I've always been a believer in my life, most of my life, in top-down change, but I'm starting to realize that all those resources that go to political campaigns, the contributions that go to the media and the vast rallies and all that. As you were saying, I think, John, some of those resources need to be directed from the bottom up, not from the top down. And poet Gary Snyder once said, "Think globally, but act locally." And so I think this grassroots movement is critical in improving the lives of our friends and neighbors in this area who keep the engines running, right? Who keep the food coming into our restaurants and our grocery stores, who service in retail establishments, who clean all those motels you see lining the White Horse Pike there. These are the folks that can be affected by this direct action. So I have been sent here to ask you all to contribute some of your time and effort as well to volunteering for Ezra. Some of the specific needs, I think John said the goal is to expand the membership this summer by 50 new members over the next month. And to do that, 5 volunteers each Saturday are needed to canvass. Everybody know what canvassing is? I did it for the first time a week ago Saturday, and believe me, it is way out of my comfort zone. Knocking on doors. I mean, I don't even answer the door when somebody rings the doorbell. That's what I'm like. But going around to these various homes in neighborhoods, some of them, fairly low income in Atlantic City, knocking on doors, talking to the people, seeing their situations firsthand, hearing their needs, and letting them know that there's an organization that can not just help, but which can also use their efforts to help others as well, to create a network of mutual assistance. So Saturday, it will open your eyes, it will restore your faith in humanity and just the power of, in these days when most people are isolated in front of their televisions or their phone screens, to actually have face-to-face conversations and interactions with people is invaluable. I think it's the way forward. Canvassing on Saturdays, also 5 volunteers each week to mail the new members their welcome letter. There's more. There's a car wash in Linwood on Saturday. That's 2 weeks from yesterday. Yeah, and needs a youth group to run it. Anybody have any contacts with young people? This is one thing I love about working in the ESWA office, as I do once or twice a week. All the young people there, the Stockton students, the local people who are getting involved, these young people who just have, radiating idealism out of their eyes and want to help and make it a new world. Not like us jaded oldsters, that just sit back and, hope somebody else will take care of it. So the car wash on Saturday the 13th needs youth group. This is ESWA's 49th year of organizing, hard to believe. And on July 18th, there's going to be a celebration, and there are invitations which need to be prepared. 10 people are needed can come to the office anytime this week to help fold the invitations, put them in envelopes, and put stamps on them. And by the way, donations of postage stamps are already appreciated, but forever stamps, the first-class stamps, that would be great. Also, please know that you're all invited to the anniversary dinner on July 18th. It's going to be at that church right...
the corner of where the old Walgreens used to be. The corner of New Road and Black Horse Pike, Mount Zion Baptist Church.
Corner of New Road and Black Horse Pike. So where the Subaru dealership is. It's just past that, going south on the left. And wonderful place, big auditorium. There were hundreds of people there, all sorts of people, great food, entertainment, music, fellowship, a wonderful operation.
We want to have a table of UUers.
Yeah. Yes.
Vegetarian food.
We'll work on that. There will be vegetarian food.
There will be, yeah.
There will be, now that you've mentioned it.
Do you like Indian food? Okay. We can
Yeah.
make something of that.
Yeah, lots of veggies here, but they all speak pretty good English, so. So you're invited. There are invitations. As you leave, please grab an invitation. Maybe grab 2 and pass one on. Also, if you're inclined, we need people to arrange gift bags and swag to go in the bags, flowers for attendees to take, all kinds of stuff. As we were singing, little sparks light a big blaze. They're over there. Yeah, little sparks light a big blaze. And in the words of the song we just sang, be the change.
Please rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn today, number 1064, Blue Boat Home. Reminds us how important this little spinning blue planet is.
Far away from the rolling
Thank you so much for your coming and reminding us. I know we're running over just a minute, but I have this quick little story that I love to tell, that there was a rabbi that used to go to the wall in Jerusalem back in the day, and he would give, every time a beggar would come up for money, he would give them money, and he would say thank you to them. And somebody said, why are you saying thank you to them? You're giving them money. And he said, because they're giving me the gift of opening my giving heart. So thank you for giving us the gift of opening our giving hearts. Our closing words today are written by Robin F. Gray. As we prepare to depart, we give voice to the hopes. May we know ourselves bound in community, even while we are apart. May a passion for justice burn in our lives. May we carry the light of compassion in our hearts and in our every interaction. May we be whole in our devotion to truth and always carry the lamp of peace before us. Breathe. And now it's time to extinguish the challenge. Let's read the words together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Take too kindly when you ask for what you want. People may not understand when you find and share your light. World can be a messy place for those of us yearning to grow. No one wants to hear. We all are worthy of so much more. You can find peace of mind when you follow your life's calling. Let people be who they want to be, and you can say, accept me as I am. Accept me as I am. If you would look around and you could see what I see. When you don't follow your heart, you keep yourself in misery. I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Don't let the shoulds get in the way. You'll find your way. The truth that lives inside, oh, it'll set you free. Oh, it will. Live true, live strong, be free. Make no apology. Make no apology. Live true, live strong. Be free. Live true, live strong. Be free. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Dun 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 dun.
We warmly welcome all of you who are visiting us today. Please stay and share coffee with us so we can get to know one another better. Now, let us share in a moment of silent reflection to consider today's message and the meaning it has in our lives.